yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Welcome in to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com, wherever you're watching at. We appreciate you guys tuning in on a beautiful Thursday night. I'm looking to my left here real quick. I see the Detroit Pistons down 7. This is their only chance to beat the 24-game losing streak. They are in a battle going into the half here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. We have a packed show for you guys. Lots of Lions stuff going on. Ben Johnson spoke with the media today. Aaron Glenn, Penei Sewell back at practice. C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. Our own Matt Broder was in Allen Park today, so we've got all of the insider information that you guys need from the locker room, questions you guys have. We're going through it all. And we're going to talk a little Minnesota Vikings as well today.
Minnesota!
We are. And tomorrow we're trying to get a beat reporter too. I'm going to text Matt to try and get that for tomorrow. My name is Booner, as always. Matthew Broder, Detroit Lions beat reporter for Woodward Sports. KG, the real KG,
what
in
up,
the TD booth. What is it, day 3 with the boys now?
Yeah, it is, man. It feels
go.
good. I'm starting to shake the sickness off. I'm getting my swagger back like the Lions did.
Let's go. I think I got my swagger back.
It's C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Just something's in the water.
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to have a drink of water. I want whatever that is. And we got Nick in the sound booth. Nick, how are we doing?
You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow. No, I'm kidding. Let's go. Let's have a night. I already rocked heavies, but we are bringing the energy to the nights on Woodward Nights.
Yeah.
Show for you guys. Let's have a night.
Yes, sir.
I also see a Pistons dub.
They're playing a JV team, so they better freaking win.
I mean, they're a freshman team, so it's freshman team versus JV team.
Yeah, from Utah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the relevance of that is,
I
but
don't know.
it's
You
from
hit me with
Utah.
that, I was like, all right, I'll roll with it.
Yeah.
Hey, as you guys come in, hit that like button for us. If you guys can, share the stream with someone. Tell someone about the show. Get our name out there a little bit. We appreciate you guys, as always, the chat. You guys are one of us here.
Yeah.
We look at you guys as a part of the family here, the Woodward Nights family.
Share with Amara St. Brown on Twitter.
Big news, though, tonight. Something big can happen for the Detroit Lions tonight. I don't know if anyone has noticed. The Detroit Lions can clinch a playoff spot tonight with the Los Angeles Rams loss.
Thanks for getting me hard, JB.
Thank you, Jeff. So you guys all wanted that. There was a lot of people, and I had to calm the people down, back them away from the edge on Monday when they wanted the Eagles to lose or to win so they can get a playoff spot, and say, no, best case scenario for the Lions is the Seahawks to win. That happened. Now, 3 days later, you're sitting here on a Thursday night, and we're all the biggest Saints fans in the world, so then we can clinch a playoff spot, and then Sunday all you have to do is go in there, and you're just playing for a division. You're in there locked in. You already have a playoff spot locked in. Now you're playing for a division title.
That's the best case scenario.
Best case scenario.
We were going to hopefully have to celebrate both on Sunday against the Vikings, but no, now they have a shot to clinch it tonight, the playoff berth, but then they still get to celebrate if Melifonwu, if they beat the Vikings on Sunday.
Yep.
So it would just be so great to have that little celebration, let them celebrate on the Minnesota field. But we'll see.
Who do you guys have winning this game tonight? We can add this actually to our cards.
I'm just kidding. We
can add this to our cards. I know we have we will go over the tomorrow. We'll go over the full standings. Rams though versus the Saints. It's in LA. So it's at SoFi, which really isn't even a home game for the Rams at the end of the day. I'm gonna go with the New Orleans Saints. I'm gonna stick it out here for the people, man. I'm
stick it out.
Booner does. I don't lose, and if I pick the Rams, then obviously I don't lose, so they would have won. I'm going with the Saints here tonight. Nick, who are you taking?
Yeah, Booner, I believe you're in last place in our standings.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's because I picked from the heart when it comes to these games.
I was leaning the other way with the Rams, and I'm going to go with them tonight, Booner.
All right, I'm switching back. I'm going Rams. Run me down for the Rams.
Give me Matthew Stafford, Puka, Cooper Kupp,
Me too.
Aaron Donald, and the Rams.
Give me the Rams.
Is this the inaugural pick for KG?
This is KG's first pick of the show.
It is, and it's definitely Rams. Let's go, man. I don't know how the hell you picked the Saints in the first place. We don't know what Derek Carr we getting tonight. Come on,
you're right. No, you're right. I'm going back to the Rams.
No way, Boone. That's
I can switch it. It's all not locked in until we move on.
I accept that.
Thank you.
Also, now I have to sit. The smart move would be to pick the Rams. Sitting in first place, no one can gain anything.
Go the Saints. Be that. Come
Should
on.
I?
Yeah.
Should I?
Don't
All
do
right,
it.
Rams
Don't do
it
it.
is.
Oh my gosh.
Rams it is.
Nice.
This is like Dan Campbell going for it on fourth down on your own. Like, I'm not going to do that. It's too important right now.
But he got it.
All right, you know what? Switch me back to the Saints. Let me catch a game on all the boys, man.
I gotta say, I gotta call him a flip flopper.
How about that?
I
Give
gotta
it to
say
me.
it.
Give it to me.
Booner being the martyr like always.
I'm going to the Saints, man. Give me the Saints. I'll be on the other side of the fellas, man. Who cares?
Now you can root for the Saints.
I will. I'll be rooting all the way for the Saints. Vincent Ellison said, no one wants to be that guy. Hey, I'm that guy. And guess what? I don't lose. All right. Hey, I love you all. I'm just kidding. Hey, next thing real quick, too. Sam Laporte, did you guys see announced today NFC Rookie of the Year? I think actually NFL Rookie of the Year. Of the week. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was going of the year.
Ooh, boy.
I'm a little off today. I'm wearing this Pistons gear. It's throwing me off a little bit. No, rookie of the week. Shout out. You know what? It could have gone to either Detroit Lions player, too. Jahmyr Gibbs had the week, and then Sam Laporte, obviously, the 3 touchdowns. But I think I'm guessing it was 1-2. Like, second place was probably Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah. Say third. Throw Jack Campbell in the mix. Maybe even Brian Branch. They should just give it up to all the Lions rookies.
Every single week?
Yeah.
Brian Branch has won the award for sure before.
I think it was week 1. I think he got Rookie of the Week, or maybe Defensive Rookie of the Week, week 1, for this pick 6 against Patrick Mahomes.
Really?
Maybe.
I think he did. Yeah, I think it was week 1.
I'll find out for you right now.
Yeah, look that up. While you do that real quick, I want to throw this back to the people real quick, and I don't want to upset anyone or like depress anyone. Did you guys see, I saw it on Twitter today, and I threw a graphic in there. It's the 33rd team. It's the redraft of the 2020 NFL Draft. When you guys see who the Detroit Lions in the redraft would have gotten, it's going to break your guys' heart. It's going to break your heart.
You want me to put it up now?
Yeah, you could throw it up, man.
All right, I got you one second.
This is when I saw this, my heart dropped, and I was like, this team would be so different.
And when
right
I
now.
saw this, I went through the rest of the picks, and like, this is a draft where we could have done something different. Like,
oh my God!
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh,
That's tough.
Jeff Okudah. Oh
That-
my
no,
Is that who they picked?
yes, the original pick, Jeff Okudah. That's the key to it all. But are you taking? I mean, Justin Jefferson. Don't get me wrong, is incredible. Are you taking him over Jalen Hurts?
Yes. Justin Jefferson.
You want to know why? Because at that time, Matt Patricia and them, they was under the win now mandate by
Sheila.
Sheila.
Oh, this
yeah.
is the last year of Staffy.
Yeah. So
Oh.
that's why they took the corner, if you remember.
Absolute debacle after trading Darius Slay.
Let's talk about how Jordan Love's 7th on this redraft over CeeDee Lamb.
That's blasphemy.
What? I just
Wow.
noticed that.
So
Wow.
Stafford with another receiver?
Oh my gosh.
Justin Jefferson and Stafford, man.
That would have been. Well, he did have Kelvin, and they didn't win anything.
Yeah,
so I mean, if you had rookie Justin Jefferson, they probably weren't winning anything.
Probably
either
not,
way.
but it'd been nice to see, though.
Imagine right now this team though with Justin Jefferson
Wow.
and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. How about Jeff Okudah shutting down Justin Jefferson in their first matchup last year? I think it was the one in Minnesota first, right? Then Justin Jefferson went off for like 200 yards in round 2. But
And then round 2, the Lions won.
true. And they
Yeah.
lost the first. Yeah, it was the first one. The
Heartbreaker. That was actually
the
the
kick.
day. That was brutal. It was the day I moved into my new apartment, birthday, everything, and
have you moved out yet?
What? No, I'm still in the same one.
But
But no,
I think
that
you
was an
should go.
absolute heartbreaker. I brought this up earlier. Amon-Ra St. Brown has never won in Minnesota. So these guys are what? Do we have a topic on?
Yeah,
He's
8:30.
never won in Minnesota?
He's never won in Minnesota.
No.
I
He
have a
won the game winner that one year.
that
first
was
year.
at home
in Detroit.
In
Oh,
Detroit.
yeah.
I have a stat at 8:30 for you guys in regards to the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions, and it's kind of similar to what Nick just said there, and it's kind of insane. It's kind of nuts, and I think the people. It worries me a little bit. I know it's a different team, brand new Lions, but when you look at this stat that I throw out,
Booner stats, baby.
8:30, stay around.
By the way, Xavier Gibson, week 1 rookie of the week.
Okay.
New York Jets wide receiver.
Brian Branch did it.
No.
Oh, he had like three interceptions, I think.
Oh, Xavier. No, he's a wide receiver.
Oh,
Xavier
wide receiver.
Gibson.
Oh, I thought there was a
I don't
Jets
know.
rookie. Maybe that was last year.
Then there were a couple Pukas, Devon Achane, Byron Young. Yeah. So
Okay.
no Brian Branch. Sorry.
Before we go to break, though, and go to the next segment here, I do have a Ben Johnson video I want to play for you guys. Did you guys see the news that came out today? It's kind of ridiculous.
The Justina Anderson.
Yeah, so Justina Anderson, and I don't get how the sources that some of these people have or personnel. So Justina Anderson, I think she's NBC or CBS. She tweeted out and said, "I'm told personnel around the league are discussing their awareness that some owners have been told the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson's asking price is at least or around $15 million a year for a head coaching job per source." I don't get. She put that out there. Within a couple hours, Ben Johnson's agent quote tweeted it and said, "Well, I'm told personnel around the league are discussing their awareness that there is no asking price or demand, and this tweet is 100% false and irresponsible reporting per source." So that was kind of a little, at least for me, I was working and I get this tweet from Justina Anderson saying $15 million a year, and I'm like, that can't be true.
It's an absurd number.
That's that's Bill Belichick. That's the best coaches in the league. For a first-year head coach, that's insane. And then as soon as I see Richmond Flowers, Ben Johnson representation come out and say that, I don't get how some reporters are able just to throw stuff out there like that without actually confirming it with the going to the source.
I'll bet you she's not penalized by CBS. There's no accountability. We can tweet out whatever, and if people believe it, they believe it. But this is the fact that his representation came out so quick and said, "Dude, no."
Now, if it's a joke, you're throwing it out there as a joke. Yeah, I don't get that. I've tweeted out some breaking news jokes, but you're a reporter that's supposed to be and I get maybe her sources were just wrong and she got screwed from that, but. She tweeted multiple times after and didn't address it. It's just, what are we doing here?
Don't get me wrong. I would give him $15 million a year.
Well, when I first saw it, I thought the reports were Ben Johnson is asking for $15 million to stay in Detroit, and I was like, all right, let's do it. Doesn't affect the cap, right? Nope. All right, let's pay him the 15. Let's move on. Just honestly, give Dan 15 as well, at least.
When I first heard it, I actually didn't go immediately to its outrageous number. I was like, oh, Ben Johnson actually wants to stay in Detroit, or
that's great
it's going to take the best offer. It's going to take an offer he can't refuse to get him out of Detroit. So I was like, wait, this is what he's putting out there. That's incredible.
Yeah, and today the press conference, you were in Allen Park, correct?
Yes.
So he was asked about kind of the head coaching things, and it is weird because he's been asked multiple times, and I did clip the video for us because I wanted the people to see this response. It's very interesting.
It was great. I know who it's about. But in all the Justina Anderson tweet, that came out after or the media, that hadn't broken yet when Ben Johnson was on the podium.
Okay.
But so this question came separate from that happening.
Quick question. Did you have tacos for lunch?
Maybe. I didn't.
No?
I wasn't there live for the press conferences. I was there for practice and for the locker room. But
Phipp got everyone lunch.
Yes.
Special teams coordinator.
Santa Phipp,
by the way.
Santa Phipp was he came to town.
I saw that.
Bought
I was
the
like,
media.
Broder got tacos.
Bought the media some tacos.
That dog. Yeah, but I do have this video for Ben Johnson. These videos, the way that these interviews go, man, it reminds me so much, and it just keeps coming back to me how well this organization is right now, and how Dan Campbell has the right guys in place. Listen to Ben Johnson's response when he gets asked about the head coaching opportunities coming up. What's that?
Trying to get it up.
No, all good. So someone posed a question to him about.
I got it. Yep.
You got it. All right. Check this out.
Did you guys ask AG about this? Okay, because he's a guy that we should be asking about head coaching. That guy, what he's done, he's phenomenal. He's going to be a phenomenal head football coach when he gets the opportunity to do that. And I think when you bring those types of questions up, you need to make sure you're asking them to him as well. But the focus right now is on the Minnesota Vikings. That's all we care about. And like I said before, we are obligated to each other to keep our focus on the main thing.
Hey, you guys saw it there, the beginning of it. Obviously he spoke about and he addressed the head coaching hey, we're locked into what we're doing right now, which I love that. But for the people who go at AG, and I've had some criticism on AG plenty of times. I'm not going to hide from it. I've definitely said hey,
there's a difference between criticism and going after him.
Yes,
and you've been critical,
and I think it's fair. And I think AG would sit down and say, yeah, we've struggled at times. But we've actually said it. Did we actually say it on air or was it off air? With the question you asked me of feeling like, could AG actually end up being a better head coach?
Oh, it was on air. Yeah, we had a whole discussion about this. Could he be a better head coach than the defensive coordinator? And we all kind of came to a unanimous conclusion. And this was on the spot. We were just like, yeah, that actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and someone asked Ben after, it was like, what makes him that great for you to say, like, hey, AG deserves this opportunity? And Ben responded right away was the way he is with the players, the relationships he has with guys, being able to teach guys certain things, and just being able to control the room, things like that.
Like he's tough and he's fierce and he holds people accountable, but he knows how to have like a softer touch, I think was the phrase he used, a little softer touch so that the players still feel comfortable around him and respect him,
yes,
and want to play hard for him. So the interview goes on, and I encourage you all to go watch it on the Lions YouTube channel. The full answer was epic.
Shout out to Ben, though, that answer. Make sure you start asking AG these questions because he does deserve it. As much as we do go at and criticize that defense, he is a guy that's going to be in those talks this year, and he definitely deserves, everyone deserves that opportunity. All right, when we go to break, we're going to come back after, talk a little bit about the Lions injury report. CJ Gardner-Johnson, have a video of him at practice, as well as a couple videos of AG talking about that secondary. So we're going to get into that real quick. Woodward and Maine, make sure you guys check it out this Sunday. They will be going from 8 to 9 a.m. on the Woodward Sports YouTube. That is Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, our own, and Detroit legend Terry Foster. All the inside information before the game on Sunday, right before the pregame show. You guys can check that out, 8 to 9 a.m. this Sunday, and then Tuesday, 7 a.m. Nick, tell us about Big Boy.
Yeah, after you check out the show, make sure you check out Big Boy. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack or Santa Fe Garden. Also, new apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Top it all off with the new gingerbread shake for dessert. Stop by our local Big Boy today, Broder.
Oh, yeah. Drafting, my friends, it's a complicated business in professional sports. Do you go Jeff Okudah over Justin Jefferson? Do you go Jordan Love over CeeDee Lamb? How about Stanley Johnson over Devin Booker? Let me help you out. Jack Labrador should be your #1 overall stocking stuffer pick this year. 1 deck, 3 games, less than $20. You'll love your Jack Labrador pick more than you love Brad Holmes draft picks. Draft like Brad Holmes. Draft at jacklabrador.com or scan the QR code above.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Outdoor Equipment Company, let's talk about it. It is the official equipment provider of the Woodward Sports Network. They are Michigan-grown, family-owned. They have bad boy mowers, tractors, steel handhelds, weed whippers, Liberty trailers, Generac generators, Snow X plows, salters. They have it all. You can buy it. You can rent it. That is 0% financing. Delivery to your doorstep. That is over at OutdoorEquipco.com.
Young Money.
All right, welcome back in to Woodward Nights, baby, on the Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in with us. As you guys come in, everyone hit that like button for us. Let's get as many likes as we can tonight. I was thinking about this. And I don't want to do an incentive for likes, but I want to do something to where if we hit like a certain amount of viewers or we do something, I want to give out like a free like $20 bet on a Sunday one day.
Hey,
like,
okay.
like I hit all the time, but I want to be like, hey, I'll put $20 on this parlay for you guys, or 25 or something. I don't know.
I'll throw in a card.
We'll get or card maybe. We'll get back to you guys though. If we get. We'll think of some stuff, but I'm thinking about that. Everyone hit the like button now, and then we'll start seeing it, and then maybe we'll start doing that.
I'll pay somebody and give them my tickets to go to the Piston game.
All right, we'll talk about that. I don't know if I want to do that to our fans.
I'll take you up on that deal.
Yeah,
You'll pay me to go to the Pistons game?
Yeah.
Can I do that for a Saturday game?
I see what you're doing.
No, those are the only games I can go to.
What about Sunday?
No, also.
Okay, well, if there's a Saturday you don't go to, hit your boy up. All right, hey, let's get into this thing. By the way, too, people in the chat, like, because I didn't wear a hat yesterday. I saw, like, yesterday, everyone was like, Booner, put a hat on. Today, I have a hat on, and people are like, Booner, take your hat off. I want to see the mullet. So, we have to pick a side here. If I'm gonna go with the mullet out, you guys can't complain when I don't have a hat on.
I think this world can use a little more and.
I didn't do my hair today either. By
you don't need to go hat or hair. Go hat and hair.
Look at that.
It looks good. It looks good with the hat on, Booner. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Burgersaurus, which is a great name, by the way, says, let the mullet loose. I like it. Maybe I will. I want to get it cut again. I just got it a couple days ago, but I want to get it again so it just keeps slowly, like, you can see it.
You have to trim the path. The Booner path needs to be trimmed occasionally.
It's got to happen once a week.
Yes.
It has to be once a week. So I'm going to start doing that once a week. It'll cost a little bit of money, but I'll get it done. I go over here to Lady Jade's. Great job. Shout out, Beth. Injury report. Did you throw the injury report in there?
You did.
Did I?
You did.
Injury report. Let's check it out for today. Detroit
second.
Lions injury report.
Good news.
A lot of good news.
Fantastic.
There's only one bad one, but I don't think people realize, like, I saw some people like, oh, what's going on with Frank?
Oh.
Frank had a rest day. Like, I don't know why I listened to some people saying, like, what's going to happen? Frank had a rest day. He's been having a rest day every single week for the last 6 months.
He has 9 toes and he just tore his meniscus. He can just take a day off.
Yes, he gets
probably take tomorrow off.
He get a couple days off a week for him. He deserves that. Penay, if anyone was wondering, Penay Sewell, he's not really off of the thing yet, but he's right there. Like he practiced
full
practice
good.
today. They just haven't taken him off yet.
Yeah.
What else is there? Brock Wright was still no practice. Jerry Jacobs no practice. Derek Barnes limited. I think this one's yesterday's practice report. I don't think I put the updated one in there.
It is. I can get it for you. But you described it. I mean, it was
Jerry Jacobs, Frank, no practice. Brock, I'm on Twitter right now looking at this.
Perfect.
Derek Barnes, limited still. Jason Kambinda and C.J. Gardner-Johnson, limited. Quick question on that. I saw some people in the chat ask this.
Yes.
For you, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, go for Sunday. What is the issue with that? I'm guessing Sunday or Saturday usually we get, like, when people get elevated, that usually comes out Saturday during the day.
Yeah.
Percentage of a chance he gets elevated off the IR and plays on Sunday.
I gave this percentage to Eduardo, who asked, and we haven't been told anything by the coaches.
Yep.
CD Deuce wants to play, but my guess is it's about 10%.
Okay.
I don't know, especially with the division still on the line. I think that roster spot's important. Like I don't know if they're willing to give it up for a player to play one series.
Okay.
If he could. I don't know how much he's been hitting this week in practice. Since he's been limited, maybe he's not even gone full tackle in practice. So I think it's about 10%. I imagine... At least I think by the Cowboys game, he should be at least up to 50%. So I'd be surprised if he wasn't activated for that game and had a substantial role in the game. Maybe not playing 100% like he normally would. Although there is a video I know you'll show a little bit later in this segment of Aaron Glenn's decision-making process around the safety room now, around his 3 safeties with the emergence of Iffy. So I'm going to give it a 10%.
With him limited, and some reason I have a feeling he's a full go in Dallas. I just don't see, like, CJ, like, I don't personally know him, but you speak with it, like people speak that I know spoke with. He seems like a guy, like he talked about how he did rehab from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. Like I feel like him getting into game shape isn't like a crazy thing. And there you guys see that up there too. So here's the full one. And even Minnesota, they have a couple guys. One big thing that stood out to me on the Minnesota one, fellas, Daniil Hunter, no practice yesterday. Today he's back, limited practice. So he's a guy. Alexander Madison, no practice. Byron Murphy, no practice. Jalen Naylor, no practice. And Harrison Phillips and Brian O'Neill, both no practice. So they're dealing with some stuff over there, actually.
Yeah.
They're dealing with some
Week
injuries.
16, every team in the NFL is banged up. But the fact that they're starting, although Ty Chandler has been playing well at running back, he's a little lightning out of that backfield. Alexander Madison is the guy they were willing to let Delvin Cook go for. So that's a part of their offense. But they are getting Justin Jefferson. He's healthy now. Nick Mullins is going to start to work him into the offense more, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Last week it was Jordan Addison had more targets and everything. You know that's not going to last long with Justin Jefferson. He's going to be needing his 10 to 12. It's going to be one of those things. We're going to see. I think we're going to see a lot of toss in the pigskin by Nick Mullins, especially in the direction of Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson.
A couple videos I wanted to play for you guys here today as well. We did have some stuff on AG kind of speaking about the secondary and who's going to get the reps and all that, because obviously Iffy's been taking the Tracy Walker ones. You've seen Khalil Dorsey and Kendall Vildor get the second corner ones. First video I want to play here in KG, it's the one that on there says AG on Dorsey.
Yeah.
This is basically he's talking about Khalil Dorsey, and he's also talking about on the back end of this in regards to kind of which guys are going to play and how he's been looking at a guy like Dorsey and is saying, hey, we're going with him over Jerry Jacobs. So here's AG on that.
And I've said this many times, when you show me in practice you can go out there and compete, you can play, you're going to get a chance to play for me. And he deserved that. So he went out there and he did a good job for us.
Practice, baby.
We talk about practice.
We're talking about practice. That shows me that some guys have been showing out in practice.
Best players on the practice field plays. I don't know. This had to have something to do with Tracy Walker getting a little bit of a demotion for Iffy. And Iffy, I don't know who earned it, if Iffy earned it or if Tracy sort of took a step back. I definitely think Iffy earning it played a part in it. So he's proven if you're playing well, you'll get to play. He talked about Khalil Dorsey, Kendall Vildor. They're guys that have been waiting in the wings but have been working hard in practice and can do some things. He actually called those two out, plus Iffy specifically, talking about the Denver Broncos game. The things that they were allowed to do with Khalil Dorsey's speed at cornerback, just having him out there allowed them to send an extra guy on a blitz because Dorsey could hang just a little bit longer. He didn't mention Jerry Jacobs by name, but he is the slower cornerback on that group, so he's got to be partially related.
Another thing too with that, if he kind of taking that Tracy spot with CJ coming back, that's where things get questionable. Kirby, Iffy, Brian Branch. Now you have CJ coming back. AG actually talked about that. Someone asked him, and this is another quick video here, but he does touch on it and again, and it's kind of he's kind of doubling down on everything he's saying. So here's AG on when CJ returns.
It's a good problem. Best guy plays. Best guy plays. It's simple. So whoever the best guy is in practice, that's who's going to play. So I don't want to make anything bigger than this and what it is, so please don't ask.
That's it.
Best guy plays.
Yeah. I didn't mean to give it away there, but yeah, best guy plays.
You're good. Those are the two main clips today, honestly, I wanted to play because I feel like even the listeners and the people of Detroit, like all the fans, like that's been something on defense. Like the defense has been it's struggled at times. And you're like, what's happening? And then you see all of a sudden, no one hears anything all week, a couple weeks ago, and Tracy Walker doesn't get a snap. And then Iffy's in there, and then no one says anything again, and Jerry Jacobs is out, and things are starting to get changed around. And then your defense last week versus Denver actually looked legit, and now CJ's coming back, and now it's like these guys that just start. So
there's a very bad word that you're not allowed to use, but it's a word that speaks to all of this. It's adjustments.
AG said don't use the word adjustments.
Don't ever use that word. I think no one in the media will ever use that word again. But these are adjustments that he's made that have looked good.
If I see AG on the street, I'm going up to him, shaking his hand, and say, hey, great adjustments so far this year,
AG, the adjustment god.
Yeah, then we should start that. AG, the adjustment god.
Get that baby trending. But no,
man, he'll probably hate us for that.
Real quick, I know we're up against a break, but he was talking. I was thinking about Dorsey and Vildor, but he talked a lot about Iffy Melifonwu and not just this is what they expect out of him, but he came out as a cornerback and he's transitioned to a safety. So he's got those types of ball skills, those types of coverage skills. He just happens to be 6'3", 225. So that allows them to do things with a safety who can blitz like he does, but they can send other guys. Excuse me.
Whoa.
That's when they're able to send Vildor and Khalil Dorsey on those quarterback rushes because they had Iffy back there and they trusted him and his speed. Boom.
All right, let's do it. Let's hit break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Vikings game. We're going to dive into that a little bit now. We're going to get a little initial preview here Thursday. We maybe even, depending on how the conversation goes, we maybe just push everything back and do 2 segments of it today. We'll see how things go and what we get in. Let me tell you guys real quick about the Lions post-game show. You guys don't want to miss it. Directly after every Lions game this Sunday, it will be Stick and I believe Maz right after every single Lions game. At the end of it, whether we win, loss, whatever it is, drinking the Kool-Aid, it's the Lions post-game show. Don't miss it.
One of the best ever. I think I know Biggins, if you're in the chat, if you guys remember Biggins from, was it last night or 2 nights ago? He's a constant caller on that post-game show. But
Mark White.
If you are dreaming of a new home, but you're feeling the financial pinch this holiday season, Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, $5K. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242. Visit them at markwhitesells.com.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Just in time for football. Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good, it's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in the honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you're missing out. So smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off, or check them out online at www.canna.com.
All right, welcome back. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. Wherever you're watching, appreciate it a ton. Make sure you guys hit that like button for us. We're getting into here. And tell a friend about the show, too. Hit the like button, tell a friend. I'm going to do this as well. I told Broder during the break, if we hit 150 likes tonight, I will give someone a free $25 Booner's Lay of the Day on Sunday for my Lions parlay that I give out on the pregame show. What will happen if we hit 150 likes? Once we hit 150 likes today, all you have to do is anyone who wants to enter into it, just shoot me a message, and I'll pick a winner, and I'll put $25 on my parlay on Sunday for a winner for the Lions game.
Get laid as Booner.
All right.
So let's get those likes
Free
up.
cash.
Can't beat that.
Yeah,
Straight cash,
free bet. And I'll tell you what, last week I went 7-0 and the parlay hit like plus 500 or plus 600. So you'll have that chance there. So everyone,
Man, don't lose, y'all.
do not lose. If you've been in the streams, and KT just had his first one, I sit right there. I sit in the same spot every single week, and I hit bets. Every Lions game.
Shift got asked in the chat. Hey Booner, you got any extra? Or you got any NBA parlays? Got some good NBA parlays?
I've been staying with the Pistons the way they've been. I've been staying away. And doing the night show, I can't watch the games. So I hate betting and doing the games if I can't watch. Nick?
And speaking of these Pistons, we got 84-84, 2 minutes left in the third quarter. I know Lorena was looking for an update, and the chat likes to do it.
You give Lorena
Pistons,
what she needs.
Will they do it?
84.
Man, I will say I do have an NBA. I did put a tweet out today. I have not bet on the Pistons since this streak has started. I put a tweet out and said, since I do not lose, I am a man of the people. I will go on the front lines tonight, and I put a big wager. Some of you guys, Nick saw it. I put a pretty good, for myself, I put a big wager on Pistons money line, Cade Cunningham 20 points, plus 120. I said, Booner, it's time for you to step up for the people and end the streak. Someone needs to step up and win this game for the Pistons. I'll do it myself.
Damn right.
So right now we're looking decent. So hopefully we get that done.
Talk your shit, Booner.
Let's go. And Justin Fan said touchdown Rams. So Rams are up 7-0.
Sucks to be Booner.
Sucks to be me. Lions Vikings. Don't care right now about that Rams game. Lions Vikings. Let's get into it. Biggest matchup of the game. I want to get into kind of the matchups with this. First thing I'm a little nervous about, and I'm just going to be completely honest with this.
I love honesty.
Yeah, and this is the biggest. And I know. There's not much, like, I know Spenny kind of went on the heavyweights earlier and was talking about how he feels like the Lions should go in there and dominate. I agree with him because I do want to see this Lions team go in and go back-to-back performances looking like a contender. Go get back to where you were when you went on that 4-game win streak of 14-plus points. I want to see that from the Lions. Like, I want to see them get back to that. But realistically, it is a division game on the road. The stat that I said when Nick started to tell that I have, the Detroit Lions have not won a game in Minnesota since 2017.
No.
6 seasons or 6 years,
It's
whatever.
Jared Goff's rookie year.
2017 was the last time the Detroit Lions won a game in Minnesota.
Everything's
so this isn't going to be a walk in the park. Go in there. Don't care who's their quarterback, whatever it is.
It's going to be a close game.
It's going to be a battle.
They play everybody close.
Yes.
They also play the Lions close.
This is a team that every year, like last year, what were they? 11-1, 10-1 in one possession games. Yes, they had Kirk Cousins. Now they have what? Nick Mullins or whatever his name is. So I'm a little like, hey, I don't want to go up here and say they're going to dominate. I would love to see them do that. They should. If they're a contender, they should. But this is going to be a battle. The biggest matchup to me and the biggest worry I have in this game is those three weapons they have on offense. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson. And a lot of people might laugh, Hawk. No, those three guys have been problems for teams. Those are the three guys that have won them games. When they went on that 5-game win streak, I know Jefferson was out. Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson dominated. And those were the two guys that kept them winning those games when they had Josh Dobbs. So, and especially we just had the conversation before about that secondary getting mixed and matched a little bit. Think guys moving around. Am I wrong for being a little worried about these three guys, Broder?
No. The key will be can this Detroit Lions defense get similar pass rush that they did against Russell Wilson? You don't have to worry about Nick Mullins escaping the pocket, but he's a better. I don't know if I should go as far to say a better pocket passer than Russ, but he is a true pocket passer, and he knows he's got his weapons, and those are going to be his three targets, especially without Madison. It's going to be a handoff here and there to Chandler, but he's going to be looking. This might be like a 13-14 target day for Justin Jefferson. He's going to be spreading it around to all three of those weapons.
Yeah, and I did mention too yesterday. I don't know if you guys remember this. Sorry, Thomas Holmes just banged on someone. These are two of the best defensive rushing defensive in the NFL.
Yes,
I believe the Lions right now are third, and I think the Vikings are 5 or 5th. We'll have those stats.
They're both
tomorrow.
up there, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what happens because you guys remember the Bears were top 5, but then the Lions went in there and still rushed the ball on them, and they just went away from it. So I am interested to see kind of Ben Johnson's game plan on this. It's a different defense than we've seen in the past. I mean, Daniil Hunter has had one of the best seasons in the league right now.
Yes.
So that's a question. I think that with that being said, I want to say your guy, but I don't want you to be like, not my guy, but it is kind of your guy because you picked him to be top 5 in MVP.
Yeah, call it.
Jared Goff, your guy, it could be another, like, can he put back-to-back performances together? Can he, and then I put it in the heavies chat, I think maybe, and morning chat this morning,
3
I wouldn't be surprised if you see him 300 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
2 doesn't sound like a lot, but 300 yards, he's only done that a couple times this year. 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 100 and something yards. Sam Laporte, 70, 80 yards. Khalif Raymond and Josh Reynolds and J-Mo mixing it up in there. Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. That's the type of game I feel like it's coming down to. And when you make a game plan for a team, I think Ben Johnson's going to sculpt it around. Let's establish the run early, but then we're going to get to passing, and we're going to throw all over them on Sunday.
Yes, that Vikings defense weakens at each level. Their defensive line is strong. And again, this is all sort of subject to change because Brian Flores does a lot of creative things on defense. But for the most part, their defensive line is their strongest unit on defense. Then their linebacker core with Ivan Pace, undrafted rookie, leading the way there. He's still a rookie, still got some holes in his game, but he's very, very talented. And then their secondary gets a little bit weaker. So I'm right there with you. It could be another big game for Jared Goff. I could see this game, and maybe we'll talk bets tomorrow. I don't know where all the lines are, but some Jahmyr Gibbs receiving yards or even David Montgomery out of the backfield. I think it's going to be one of those where they're going to try to get the ball out of Jared Goff's hands quick because Danielle Hunter's coming. Although, I'll say this with a little asterisk, I believe the Lions' offensive line, if healthy and with a healthy run game, I don't worry about any defensive line, maybe the 49ers. But I think they're going to try to get it out of Jared Goff's hands fast and let those weapons run. And with the blitz, last thing, with the blitz, also in terms of getting out quick, the middle of the field is left open. So it's Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta all day long. They got 2 of the best security blankets in the league there. So then it's how do you just match up? How are you? My matchup for the game, and it'll be the same tomorrow, it's Ben Johnson versus Brian Flores. How is Ben Johnson going to counter whatever Brian Flores is doing and vice versa?
That matchup is huge. Brian Flores, he's very, very good DC, very underrated as well. I don't think people realize this, and I think I might be the first person throwing this stat out, and if I am, or if I'm not, I apologize. I haven't heard it yet in all the shows I've watched, everyone I've talked to. The Minnesota Vikings, 13 out of the 14 of their games are 1-possession games this year. 13 out of 14.
They've lost.
Every single game they've been in has been a 1-possession game, basically.
Sounds familiar, right?
It sounds very like last year, except they're just not winning those games. So, I'm gonna keep going back to the last show with Spenny, how he was like, they should dominate, win by double digits. They should go win by 14. They should dominate. There's been the Eagles, the Chargers, the Chiefs, the 49ers, the Broncos, the Bears, the Bengals, the Raiders. Like, they've played the Packers, who you lost to. They have played some decent teams. They have one game that is not a double or a 1-possession game, and that was versus the Carolina Panthers that they beat by over 1 possession. Wait, no, maybe I have that wrong there. I don't know what game it is. Oh, it's the Packers. They beat the Packers 24-10. That's the one game that they won by more than 1 possession. So 13 out of the 14 of their games, every loss they've had has been at least by 1 possession. So they have been in every single game, no matter who their quarterback is, no matter who they're playing, no matter any matchups, they have stuck in these games, especially going on the road. This is going to be an absolute battle that you're going to go through. And the Lions, especially for the division. Do you guys remember last year, the Packers trying to go to the playoffs? The Lions had no reason to go mess with the Packers on the road and do that. Guess what they did? They went and ruined that. They're probably thinking the same thing, like, hey, if we win out and they lose out, we can have a chance to win this division. At the same time, we can ruin their chances of even getting it in Minnesota. We don't want them to do it at our place. So this is going to be a battle, man. 13 out of 14 games, fellas.
100%. That's wild. That's
13
wild.
out of 14.
Being in Minnesota, they I'm sure what they're working on a ton in practice this week, or at least making sure that they have down. Also, why it's so important that offensive line is healthy is their pre-snap communication away. When the crowd's going to be loud in Minnesota, we'll see how many Detroit Lions fans can fill up that stadium. But the away fans at Minnesota, that's a loud stadium, so they're going to need to have their communication down as crisp as any game all season.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm interested to see. I think it's going to be a bigger battle than we think.
Oh, I think it's going to be a close game. I do believe that the Lions are going to win and should win, but it's not going to be a blowout.
I think I gave some people pretty good. They haven't won in Minnesota since 2017, and the Vikings 13 out of the 14 of their games are 1-possession games.
BNL.
They're still going to win this football game, though. Brand new Lions are still going to win this football game. It is not even close.
Damn
All right, Broder. Hit us with it.
Is it me or is it you?
Yes, it's Feldman.
Feldman, baby. Let's
Feldman, since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been providing a world-class car buying experience. They call it the Feldman Advantage. They got 18 locations here in Michigan, so there's got to be one in your backyard. Just visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Also catch Woodward Sports there every other Monday at their Novi dealership. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer. Booner?
Guardian Alarm, baby. You want a great defense on Sunday versus the Vikings? Call Guardian Alarm. Customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians, they take the time to recommend security and automation solutions that are specific to your needs. They have 24/7 professional monitoring. Give them a call anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian Alarm team member, they will stay on the phone as long as needed. Technology backed by people, where your safety and security deserves technology that has been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. Make sure you call that number right up above me right there for a great defense. That is 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Stay out. Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equip Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
For over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has been providing Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, dry-aged beef, Wagyu beef, all the beef you could ask for. Experience that beef for yourself today. It's the Fairway difference. Just stop by their steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks or order online at fairwaypacking.com.
All right, welcome back into Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys can, hit that like button. We are doing the thing here to where if we do get 150 likes by the end of the show, I will give a free $25 bet on the Lions game day for the Booner parlay. I always put my amount on there. I'm not going to say how much I put because maybe I put a good amount on there for my parlays, but I will put 25 as well on for one of the listeners.
That's a juicy Lucy.
It is. It hit last week too, plus 600. So
we're at 51 already, so.
We're at 51. We need 99 more. 99 more. We're hitting it. Do
you know what a juicy Lucy is?
No.
It's a cheeseburger in Minneapolis, or it originated in Minneapolis, where they put cheese in the middle of the burger.
Oh, wow, that sounds good.
Wrap the burger around it. It's famous. It's actually, I think it began at a place called Matt's Bar and Grill in Minneapolis.
Can we get one for the show tomorrow?
Ask Eduardo. Eduardo's driving 20 hours to Minneapolis to go to the game.
He's getting one, a Juicy Lucy. I've been to Minneapolis before for the Final Four a couple years ago.
It's a cool place.
Actually a great city. Yeah, good city. I was in a couple bars around there. I actually may or may not have hung out with Duncan Robinson during that. It was just a good Final Four. If you guys ever been, and especially when I was in the coaching circle, you meet a ton of people, man. Like I was at like this little event with like all the Big Ten coaches.
Was it obviously $70 million? Pre big contract for Duncan?
It was pre.
Got you.
I do have some people I coached with that Saginaw were Michigan managers and coaches. So I did go out and spoke with a couple people there. Shout out Coach Chit. He's on the Grizzlies coaching staff now. Let's keep this Lions thing going. Sorry, we got off track there. ADHD, man.
I asked about the Juicy Lucy. That's my fault.
It's brutal sometimes for me. All right, Lions. Vikings. Question I had. This is another question, a Booner question to pose for the people as well.
Poser.
Expectations for the Lions. Because Sunday, say the Lions get the job done. Close the division out. Expectations going into the year, I think everyone was like, hey, we know what is happening with the Bears. Aaron Rodgers left the Packers. Kirk Cousins, no one felt like he was going to be that guy, and they started getting rid of guys on their team. Expectations for fans, for the team, the coaches, the players, Sheila, everyone was like, this year we win the division, right? Week 17, or week 16, you win the division in week 16. Say you get the job done Sunday. Where does your head turn to? Do you go, hey, playoff win, or is it, hey, let's go chase down an NFC championship? Well, like, that's my question for the people, because when this gets closed off here, when you win the division, when that time comes, your expectations, you did what you needed this year. Every time you ask Dan Campbell, Aaron Glenn, any of these players about the season, hey, what are you looking for in the playoffs, this, that, all they go back to is, we just want to win the division. That's been our goal all along. I've been on teams to where it's, what's your goal? Our goal, like it's Saginaw, we want to win the national championship. We've never been like the league, yeah, but it was like national championship. That's like the end goal. We haven't heard that from this Detroit Lions team because they're like one step at a time. Let's do the division. It could be done this Sunday. After that, where does all of our heads turn to this team? Are we like, hey, you have to get a playoff win? Or hey, depending on how this win comes, you have to go to the NFC Championship and dominate. Where are we at with that, bro?
I'm with John Hughes. I'm with John Hughes in the chat. You go all out and you ride the wave. And I believe this is what Dan Campbell's strategy is. And he had that quote, which he was partially joking, but he talked about what is it? They'll rest when the season's over. Or he said something along those lines. So I just think they're especially if they win on Sunday. With the 49ers schedule coming up, it's not like it's a mega cakewalk. The Commanders are sandwiched in between the Rams, who might still have something to play for, and the Ravens this weekend. So there is a chance for 2 losses there. I just think, especially without the bye, you want to be, like Sam Laporta said a couple weeks ago, you want to be playing your best football in December.
Yes.
What really now we need to shift, you want to be playing your best ball heading into the playoffs. You want to play your best ball in that first round. And I think that's the goal. It depends. If they trust that these guys, you could use some rest in that last game, and you trust that Jared Goff and that offense can continue to click with a game off, or maybe a half, maybe they play a quarter or a half, then you make that decision. But I just have a feeling until that Vikings game number 2 is sort of really out of reach in one way or another, they're going to put Teddy Bridgewater in at the end of that game. And
that's
we'll see.
That's a big. A couple comments here. First one on Eduardo Neal. Go prove you can hang with the big dogs and beat a team that hasn't lost at home in 2 years. That's for the Cowboys. Yep, I agree. You got to go do that. God hates cowards. Dan says there will be no rest, or he will not rest anyone. He believes in keeping guys sharp. My head is still on the 1 seed. I agree with that too. Is I don't think, like, if you end up winning this game and you end up beating Dallas, I think if you have a chance at even just the 2 seed, I think once you do win that division, I do think Dan's kind of like, he's at the end of the day, he's still the head coach, and like he doesn't want the players probably thinking about the 2 seed, 1 seed. But I think, like, as a head coach, you have to be aware and you have to put your guys in the right positions to go, because the end goal of any year is every team is like, hey, we're all chasing the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like, that's what we're all chasing. So he knows, like, what's the best way for us to do that. If week 9 or 18 comes along and you have a chance at the 2 seed or the 3 seed, there's going to be no one sitting. Everyone's playing, and then, like you said,
except
if it gets out of reach,
Ragnow.
I think even Ragnow plays. You have to win that Viking. Like, if you're sitting there 2 to 3 seed, everyone plays, and then if you get up like enough to where you're like, okay, we can pull some guys, then you do that. I think everyone has to play week 18. I think as soon as you win the division, it switches to Super Bowl. And I get, like, people are like, fans are going to say 1 playoff win. I get that on the fan side because you haven't won one yet. And, like, fans are like, yeah, we want one. But when you're in the building and playoffs approach, you have nothing. Like, you're not playing the playoffs just for 1 playoff win.
Right.
You're out there playing for, we're going to win the whole thing. And that's what I want those guys' mindsets. That's what I've been trying to get, like, Lions fan, like the Booner path. That's all been my process. It's like, we need to change our mindsets to where once you do win that division, that coveted division, it's like, okay, it's next. We're next. Super Bowl is on our mind. We're in the playoffs. We all want to get there. Because all the playoff win you want, You'll get that if you get to the Super Bowl.
Yes. I'll come right to you in 2 seconds, Nick. But if I understood you correctly, which I agree. If I understood you correctly, you're saying once you get into the playoffs, thinking Super Bowl doesn't mean thinking past the game in front of you.
No.
It means you think goal for the Super Bowl.
What is your next goal?
It means your focus is extra on the opponent in front, the first-round opponent, because you're going for the Super Bowl.
It's one game at a time.
You're just thinking about that more than in a regular season where you're looking ahead to a division game.
But you're in the playoffs to win a Super Bowl, especially if you have a 2 seed. You're not just in the playoffs for one playoff win and we were good. No, you're there, and the players know this. CJ knows it because he just played in the Super Bowl. You're there to go win the whole thing. And that's the mindset you have to have. Yes, you want one game at a time, but your expectations go from a division, got that done, guess what's the next? What's the next championship you can win? NFC championship to go to the Super Bowl. You're on the next championship.
Daddy.
Nick?
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. After the Eagles lost in our massive win against Denver, everything goes to that number 2 seed because that's what we can control. After we win the division and beat the Vikings, it immediately goes to the Cowboys because that game is for the 2 seed in my eyes, because we're going to win against Minnesota at home week 18. No doubt about it in my mind if we win at Minnesota week 16 here. So it's at Dallas, and if you win that game, talking about the 2 seed, you get 2 home playoff games. I like our odds in Ford Field with our crowd having the first playoff win at Ford Field.
Say it.
Crowd's going to be buzzing.
Say it. I'm hopping on the Booner path.
I'm hopping on the path when we get
say, I'm hopping on the Booner path.
I was like, what do you want me to say here? I'm on the Booner path, baby.
Let's go, KG.
Let's go. Lions
You don't have to if you don't want
Dallas.
to.
That's
Day
how
3
it
with
starts.
us.
Let's go. That is what happens after we win the division. It is to Dallas and go take their goddamn lunch money.
Oh, yeah, Nick. KG, how we feeling?
Hey, talk all y'all shit. I feel all of y'all not wrong at all.
He's bringing us back down to earth.
I like butts.
This team is not the type of team that looks forward. Looks ahead. Dan Campbell and this group, they taking it one game at a time. And while you're not wrong, the playoffs is just one game at a time, one and done. So you just got to focus on what's in front of you. You get the division wrapped up. That's good. That's cool. All the fans will be happy you get that first playoff win. That's got to be the priority. That's where your mind has to shift. And then from there, you just take it week by week because you just want to be in the mix at the end of the day. You never know what can happen. You don't want to get too far looking ahead. They've had a great season so far. You want to just continue that flow, continue that motion. They seem to be getting hot at the right time, so we'll see. But take it one game at a time.
Can we do this for the Booner path? I want to make a checklist. I'm gonna ask. Maybe I'll ask Ryan in the back if he can make me a really sweet checklist for the Booner path. This is what it is. KG first on the checklist. Win the division. Beat Minnesota. Yep. Second on the checklist. Beat Dallas. Give yourself a chance at the 2 seed.
Yeah.
After that, all right, I might be doing too many checks here. After that, beat the Vikings, clinch the 2 seed. After that, just win a playoff game. And then after that, get to the NFC Championship game, get to the Super Bowl, and then win the Super Bowl. It is step by step by step by step. That is the Booner path.
Show.
That is what we need to do. And KG is right. And I hope the guys in the building are on that kind of thing. And I'm sure they are because they've done this all year. And Dan's had them on this all year. It's the game at hand. We're not going forward. We're not going backwards. If we lose, we're on to the next. We're thinking about this game, and we're locked in. It's not next week versus Dallas. It's not last week versus Denver. It's this week versus Minnesota. And I think if they have that mindset and they play like they did versus Denver, this team can do anything.
They do. That was the best part of Jamison Williams' interview in the locker room today was him saying he was asked a question about how would you feel if you win the division, or it was sort of a looking ahead type question. He goes, man, I'm just focused on this game. Like I'm not thinking about the division. Like we're not thinking about the division. I'm just thinking about this game. It was a really good quote from JMO. Also, maybe go into more detail tomorrow. I know I'm speaking out loud in front of everyone. Maybe we do a little Christmas wish list tomorrow. Kind of like your little checklist right there.
Okay.
It's our last day before Christmas.
I'll see how the prep comes out.
Yeah.
Because we do have tomorrow, we have Lions pregame stuff, and then as well we do have, as you guys know, Fridays with Jeff.
Oh yeah.
So Jeff will be in the studio.
Rumor is Braylon will be at the pregame. So
pregame. Oh, that's a good pregame show though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're
gonna have a great pregame show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hype. Let's go. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's go to break. When we come back, 9 o'clock, baby. Top 5 Thursday. We're keeping Top 5 Thursday a little bit in here in Detroit. We want to make sure we're staying local here. Top 5 wide receiver, running back, and tight end duos in the NFL. Trios. And I can guarantee you what? The Detroit Lions are on my list. Am I wrong?
No, they're definitely on my list.
Me and Broder will give our list. KG and Nick, they'll kind of judge our list and break ours down a little bit. Let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness, though. It is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. Over at Planet Fitness, you will experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of that for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. More than 50 in the Metro Detroit area and thousands around the world. Planet Fitness, look at that right above me, where your fitness is essential.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
When it comes to your Ryan Day pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down, Michigan's best pet store, family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, the lowest prices and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply, give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
All right, welcome back into Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in here. Thursday night, Pistons are losing. Just a normal night for the boys, man. I don't know what the Rams score is.
Only 4 points, though.
Only 4 points with 4 minutes to go. They still have a chance here to break this, snap the record. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys can, hit that like button for us. We get to 150, we get a free Booner. One person will get a free Booner parlay bet on the Lions game. $25 of my parlay that I put on. Let's get this thing going. Top 5 Thursday. Want to make sure that people are involved in this as well. What it is, it's the top trios in the NFL: running back, receiver, and tight end. So we're going through our 5 here. If you guys want to start dropping different teams you think should be in the top 5, and we'll do ours. Broder, I'll let you go first. Break it down, man.
Okay.
Let's hear your top 5.
My number 5. This is I've been mulling this over since I put my list together. Do I move this 5 out? But maybe recency bias has got me. I'm going to put the Chicago Bears at number 5.
Oh, that is ugly.
I know.
Ugly
Come on.
start, bro.
Cole Kmet, DJ Moore, and Khalil Herbert.
No. That's like the 10th best.
I know. I'm a big fan of Kmet, DJ Moore. It's the running back that throws me out. Khalil Herbert's got some potential.
Cole Kmet, Cole's been great, but dude, that's not even like a border top 5 trio.
That's my top 5.
Let's hear the rest of it first.
Number 4, New Orleans Saints. Taysom Hill. Chris Olave. Alvin Kamara.
This top 5 list. You just pull out the Bears and the Saints.
This is really hard.
I have a couple like.
Number 3.
Hard pass.
The Jacksonville Jaguars. We got Evan Ingram, Calvin Ridley. What?
This
Travis
one is a little better,
Etienne.
though. I'll take the Jags.
This should be like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But I have him at 3, so suck on that.
Oh, my God.
Number 2. The Detroit Lions. We got Sam Laporta,
now we talking.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jahmyr Gibbs. I would also put them at number 2, subbing out Gibbs and Montgomery. I have them, whichever you choose, I have them at number 2.
Vincent said Broder's on that dispo, man. That dispo pack.
Am I really off here? Well, after you go, we'll go because there are some really good choices.
That's why I don't know why you didn't put the good ones in your top 5.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Number
1,
the
the 49ers.
A 3-win team on there. I don't care, but they have
number 1, the 49ers. Kittle, Debo, and C-Mac. All right, let me hear yours, and then this has to be talked about. It sounds like I am I'll accept criticism. Sounds like I'm way off.
This is like when you don't do your homework and you rushing into class. Like,
That's
the thing is,
like,
took a while. I thought about this for a while. That's the part
and the thing is, I walked
me.
into the show. Typically, I try to be prepared. I walked in here today, and I'm like, I have to do my top 5. And I did mine quick. And Broder's the one that came with the Bears.
ABC.
Number 5.
Keep going.
I'm going to do this one. I think 2 out of the 3 of these guys are elite and all-pro guys potentially throughout their career. The one guy you could probably argue maybe pulls him down and could take him outside the top 5. The Los Angeles Chargers. Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, and Gerald Everett. I think Gerald Everett's a very underrated tight end. He's gone through some injuries throughout the year, but when he's on, he's one of the best in the league. In my opinion, he's a top 10 tight end in the league. And he doesn't even just play tight end. Like, he's in the slot. He's like Laporta, where he's moving around a Travis Kelce. I think there. On the outside, I did have the Jacksonville Jaguars on honorable mention, so I'll give you that. Number 4, this is a good one as well, I think, is the Buffalo Bills.
Which tight end did you pick?
James Cook, Stephon Diggs, Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah.
Okay. Dalton Kincaid's came on the scene. He's not as good as Sam Laporta as a rookie, but he's a top 10 tight end in the NFL right now. I would take him. I would put him in that Cole Kmet category to where he's like right there, maybe a little.
Already? Kincaid?
Yes, Kincaid. If you watch, he didn't really start off really well, like the year well, but the last 5, 6, 7 games, he's been dominating. Hold on. I've been a little sick. I need a little.
No, you're fine. That was actually Buffalo Bills were on my fringe, and the tight end was what I value Kmet a lot higher than Kincaid, but that's just personal.
Number 3, I don't know if you had them on your list, but I had the
Probably not.
Philadelphia Eagles. I know Detroit, you might not like DeAndre Swift, but he has had a good year. DeAndre Swift, A.J. Brown, and Dallas Goedert. Those 3 guys right there are some of the best in the league at their positions. I think they're number 3. Number 2, we have number 2 and 1 the same. I have the Detroit Lions at number 2 with Gibbs/D-Mont. You told me not to do that. I'm going to do that. Amon St. Brown and Sam Laporta. Great trio there.
Well,
one of the best in the league.
Do you think they're number 2, not Gibbs or if D-Mont was in there instead of Gibbs, are they still your number 2 trio?
Yes, they're 2.
Okay.
I think the San Fran thing, and what puts San Fran up there is CMC right now is in the MVP conversation. You have an MVP caliber running back, and then you have a George Kittle who's in the conversation to be an all-pro like Laporta. I know you could go Amon St. Brown's top 5, but if you look at Debo, like that's the one there that you can maybe, but I think CMC is so good, he pulls them away. And then if you did want to do like a Gibbs/D-Mont, Debo/Ayuk have been good together. So I think.
So remind us of your number 3, 4, 5. We'll let Nick and KG break us down, and then we got to talk about some of these other options because you even surprised me with some of those.
So my top 5 obviously both of ours: San Fran 1, Lions 2, and then my number 3 is the Philadelphia Eagles, the Buffalo Bills, and the San Diego and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Gotcha. And then I have the Jaguars at 3, Saints at 4, and Bears at 5. Booth boys,
hit us with it, man.
What do you think? It sounds like I lost.
Go ahead, start, Nick.
Yeah, give me
let's go, Ryan.
Booner. Give me Booner here. I thought the Bills one was really shrewd. The rookie's really coming along, and you get one of the best wide receivers in the whole entire league with it, in Stephon Diggs. So I really like that pick from Booner. What were you thinking, KG?
Hey, Booner A+++++. I think your list is perfect. I mean, no offense, bro. I don't know how you left out the Eagles, but I mean, Booner's list is pretty perfect to me. But I see what you tried to do with the Bears and everything. So, you know, honorable mention. You get a gold star, but Booner is passing this thing.
Yeah, I guess if Goddard's healthy, that is pretty. Actually, I think what I decided was because, and Swift is having a great. I'm a big Swift fan, but because they're kind of running back by committee, and I don't trust Swift. I don't know. I think that's what threw me off. But what do you think? I think we both
I've
decided.
got two teams on the outside I want to throw out there.
Who are they?
Ravens.
So
Vikings?
the Ravens, the only thing with the Ravens
Gus.
is if J.K. Dobbins wasn't hurt, I would throw the Ravens in my top 5
But
with
he
Mark
was.
Andrews and Zay Flowers. He is hurt.
You don't like Gus Edwards?
I mean, no, because like Gus Edwards, Zay Flowers to me doesn't match up with like a James Cook and Stephon Diggs. Like that's just another level. Or Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler.
Gus
That's like
11
a different.
touchdown Edwards.
And Mark Andrews is hurt right now, by the way. Like he's.
How
out
about
for the year.
this? Pick either J.K. Dobbins or Edwards or whoever. Would you put them ahead of the Minnesota Vikings? Because I think
the running back
Hockenson
room.
and Jefferson are as
Great.
good as it gets.
Running
and
back room.
That it takes a huge drop.
It's the same thing with the Miami Dolphins right now. It's they have Tyreek Hill and you have Devin Achane in the backfield or Mostert,
but no
pick
tight
your
end.
poison, but you just don't have a tight end. Yeah. So it's like they can't. That's why this is the trio thing is interesting because you have to have all three.
Right.
And so a lot of these teams have 2 out of the 3. The Lions, that's a good thing. This is the thing with the Lions is Brad Holmes has put together not just, hey, we got a couple of guys. He's put together a full offense. He's got all the pieces. And on top of that, you have a great offensive line. That's why I think when we did this segment, I think it was kind of sweet to be able to see like.
Yeah. What about the New York Jets with Tyler Conk and Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall?
No.
Underwhelming.
Okay.
Nah,
okay. What about the
nah.
Las Vegas Raiders with Michael Mayer, Devontae Adams, and Josh Jacobs?
No.
Mayer's
Michael
under.
Mayers.
They haven't taken like
Kincaid
Adams and
Laporta
Jacobs
have
haven't
taken
had
those steps.
had a big enough year. I mean, we know what they could be, but they haven't had the year to put them in that list.
Yeah.
What are some other options? We got Cowboys. You got Jake Ferguson.
That's one that I
CeeDee
could-
Lamb and Tony Pollard.
That's an honorable mention one.
I
I'll give
like
you that.
Jake Ferguson's really been coming on as of late. He's
Yeah.
been balling.
What
I
about
actually really like that one. I
really
like that
underrated
Cowboys
one?
team.
If we're considering players that were injured this year, you throw the Cleveland Browns in that mix with David Njoku, Amari Cooper, and Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
You may even
that
still
could
want to
work,
consider him with Jerome Ford, but if Nick Chubb is healthy, that might have to sneak into the top 5,
Yeah,
if not top 3.
If Nick Chubb was
Oh,
healthy,
yeah.
they would be in my top 5. That's a great one.
Right. So you really don't like Evan Ingram, Calvin Ridley, or ETN?
Doesn't the Calvin Ridley part is what gets me. To be
Yeah, he
honest.
hasn't done anything this
He
year.
hasn't
really.
had a huge year.
The
he didn't do
hype-
anything last
The
year.
reason you're still kind of talking about him in that is because his hype was so much to start the season. Like
And
he got-
ETN's had an awesome year.
ETN has as well. Yeah. And Evan Ingram's great as well. But Calvin Ridley's hype was like on a different level this
All
year.
right, how about this? And I won't be the first to answer since I put the Bears in my top 5, but now rank the NFC North trios. Because the Bears and the Packers and they're all little, like, you talk Christian White or Jaden Reed, whoever you want to choose.
Well,
Christian
we know
White,
the
Jaden
Lions are
Reed,
one.
Aaron
Lions
Jones.
one. I would probably
Musgrave.
go Lions 1. I would probably actually go Vikings 2, Bears, and then Packers.
Okay.
I know it's crazy putting the Bears at 3, but the Packers. Aaron Jones doesn't
Musgrave.
do me like I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the worst one to me.
Do you think, Eduardo actually just asked a good question. In Jacksonville, do you consider, for this, do you consider Zay Jones or Kelvin Ridley the wide receiver that you would put in this list?
Yes.
Or Christian Kirk, who's injured?
Wait,
Christian Kirk?
you just confused me. Say
The
that
Jacksonville
again.
Jaguars. I had Kelvin Ridley as the
Oh, you said
receiver.
Zay Jones.
Zay
Okay.
Jones, not Zay Flowers. Zay
Yeah, I
Jones,
was like, I had
Ridley,
Ravens on my mind.
or Christian Kirk.
I would go Ridley, Christian Kirk. Actually, I would go Christian Kirk. I think Christian Kirk is great.
He's good.
He's good, man. I
good.
like Christian Kirk.
All
man.
right.
All right. When we come back, what we're gonna do at 9:15 here, we're gonna break down a little bit. Yesterday we had a small conversation, and I told everyone to save it. About this All-Pro situation here in Detroit. I think the Lions are going to land a couple All-Pro guys. So I want to kind of have this conversation with the people. I want to see where they land on that. And then 9:30, we'll start taking some callers as well. I said earlier this week I'll take callers because I want to start talking about this division. The Lions fans have been waiting 30 years for a division in Detroit. I want to start hearing how people feel about that, where your head is going forward with the Lions. So 9:30, we'll start doing that. We'll open the lines in this next segment, so you guys can call in all the way up until 9:30. But Let me tell you guys about the Lions pregame show real quick. The Woodward Sports Lions pregame show. Make sure you guys check it out. It'll be this Sunday. I believe it's Jeff, Braylon, and myself. I think KG will be there, and I think Gentry will be as well.
Yep.
I think this Sunday that's the squad. Make sure you guys check it out on the Woodward Sports YouTube page, though, from 9:30 to 11:30. We'll be breaking down the full game, going through everything. We have a squad there. Check it out.
Check it out. Drafting. It's a complicated business. No, so I'm sorry.
Hamlin Pub. Have you ever wanted a bar where you are a regular? Those wings right there, best in the state. Check those out. That is Hamlin Pub. They have 7 locations, and you can experience where everyone is a regular. Half off pizza on Thursdays, or they have game day specials available during all Michigan sports events and NFL games. Hamlin Pub, it is the place to be. Make sure you visit the location today and experience your new favorite pub for all things sports.
Draft. Complicated business and professional sports. Killian Hayes over Tyrese Halliburton. Kelly Olynyk over anybody. Terry Fair over Randy Moss. Let me help you out. Jack Labrador should be your #1 overall stocking stuffer pick this year. 1 deck, 3 games. Fun for the whole family, less than $20. You'll love your Jack Labrador pick more than you love Sam Laporta and Jahmyr Gibbs. That'd be hard. Draft like Brad Holmes. Draft at jacklabrador.com now or scan the QR code above.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Let me help you. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, cheers, buddy.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Do you have football on the brain? Well, fall ushers in college and professional football, and this year is going to be awesome. Fall is also the perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance, so shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports, and they should be covering you too, so ask for Mark at swissins.com or call 248-800-4177.
All right, welcome back into Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. Wherever you're watching, we appreciate it. Hit that like button if you guys haven't already. Smack it. Because if we get to 150 likes tonight, I'll give out a free $25 bet on my parlay on Sunday to one winner. Someone will get it. We have to hit 150 likes, though. Pistons basically are going to lose. There's nothing to it. They're down 9 points with 50 seconds left. This was the last chance, basically, to break the 24
I don't understand
streak. So now they're at 25. I think tonight someone needs to be fired. Someone needs to be fired after this game.
100% agree.
I don't know who it is. Someone needs to be fired. And Tom Gores, if we don't hear from you tonight, maybe it's time to start putting some numbers out there for the team, man. I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't know.
Disgrace to the city.
I don't know what else to say, man. It's kind of embarrassing.
Oh, former Piston great, Kelly Olynyk.
And shout out D-Max in the building as well. I saw him. He tweeted at me. I put the bet out there that I was going to try and do it. Neil did it as well. I guess Neil took that as his get right. So the biggest forces of Woodward Sports gambling, we joined forces to try and end this streak, and we couldn't do it.
We all supporting.
I don't know who else who else can do it. There's no hope for this team. It is over. Cade's not going to resign at the end of his contract. This team's going to fall apart. Troy Weaver is here in the offseason. He's going to spend all this money on who knows what, coffee and donuts. I don't know. I don't know what's going to, like, I'm sorry. We're supposed to be talking Lions right now. This is
historic.
This is ridiculous. 25 straight losses.
Do
something about it, Tom Gores. Please, for the love of God, for the people of Detroit, do something about the Detroit Pistons. I don't care about your other businesses. I don't care about the... This is like a Nick just had a meltdown during the break, and as I'm just talking about it, I'm having a mental breakdown because this is ridiculous what's going on with the Detroit Pistons organization right now. If someone is not fired tonight after this game, I will not wear this hat. I will not wear this shirt. I will not wear anything Pistons until it's either sold or there's new leadership in the front office. I don't care. This is ridiculous. This is embarrassing. What are you going to do? Let Troy Weaver go out there with the money in the offseason, and are you going to let him go spend all your money so then when it's screwed up again, you just have no assets, you have no money, you have nothing to do with it, and then what? You're back to square one after 6 years?
What are we doing?
It's pretty bad.
Let me run the team.
Let Booner cook.
No,
Nick, keep going. It's all you.
This is brutal, man.
Let them know, Nick.
You guys just bear with them.
Get it off your chest,
okay,
Nick.
I just recorded a 35-second video absolutely blowing up in this microphone. I am so sick of these goddamn Pistons.
Yeah.
I blew $3,000 fucking dollars on this goddamn product. 2 wins out of 25 effing 30 games. This team absolutely blows. The whole thing, blow everything up. Looks like Cade Cunningham cannot hold on to the ball. I'm not blaming this on Cade, but god damn it, show some effing pride. I know this whole front office is an absolute disaster. Arn, tell him, get him out. Weaver, get him out. Sell the goddamn team, Tom. Sell the team.
Do something.
He is a disgrace to the city. So are every single one of these Pistons that are playing right now. This is on the players as much as it is on the front office. Take some pride in the fucking city that you play for. Damn it.
That's like the biggest part. Maybe I should just maybe I should do the show with no hat.
No, we definitely got to wear that hat. I'm kidding.
My hair is crazy right now, but I don't know if I can wear this hat.
If I'm Monty, I'm locking them in like Coach Carter in Coach Carter, the movie, and I'm playing them every single game from the 03-04 season. I'm showing them, what was it, 11 or 13 games of that season where they kept opponents under 70 points in the entire game. I'm just showing them what a real team looks like and trying to figure it out from there.
I mean, I just don't understand. Like, this is a historic franchise. You've won 3 championships. This isn't a franchise that's joined the league recently. This isn't a franchise that has not won a championship. This is a franchise who has historic background to it. Like, Lindsey Hunter sits in the seat I'm in right now and talks about that all the time. He's won a championship in this city. They have shown they can win in the NBA. They've shown they can put a product together. This is not, we're not, I don't even want to start comparing to other franchises, but this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is a city, I know the Lions aside, this is a city who loves their sports teams. The Pistons have given you 3. The Red Wings have given you who knows how many. The Lions haven't given you anything, but the Pistons should have better expectations. Tom Gore should expect more out of this whole organization. And the fact that you have not heard one word from an owner after your team's lost 25 straight games. All people ask is, hey, let's hear something. Where is our head at right now with this basketball team? We don't want to know we just want to know, where is our future? What is happening?
Gore's in LA. He ain't thinking about us.
Not at all. And guess what Sheila did last year? You're 1-5. You have a new regime in there in their second year. In their second year, you have a new regime. And Sheila Hamp comes out and looks you dead in the eyes and says, we're going to be fine. This is the direction we're moving. We haven't heard that from anyone. We don't know what direction we're in. Troy Weaver, we have no clue what you're doing. Monty just paid you a bag and you couldn't coach and beat one of the worst teams in the league with 8 guys out? 8 guys out with illness. And you couldn't win with your starters?
They are who we thought they were.
They're not going to win 5 games. They're going to lose. They're going to win less games than the Detroit Lions this season. Think about that. A franchise that has been historic in the NBA is going to lose less games or win less games than a team, Detroit Lions, who have struggled for 30 years. And then people are telling me, oh, Booner, Troy's had time. Tom Gores has had time. Or give him time. Give him time. He's had. When did he buy the Pistons? 2010? 2009?
Yeah.
What was the last time the Pistons won a playoff game? 2008? Oh. Hasn't won a playoff game
since
in that
LeBron
tenure.
ended us damn near, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 2008 is the last Pistons playoff win. That's embarrassing. You haven't won a playoff game since you owned the team.
They got swept that year.
Troy Weaver is just, this is just a cycle. This is just a cycle. Like, nothing's coming out of what's going on right now. Things need to change. You need to make trades. You need to get a new GM. You need to get a new front office. You need to get new scouts. You need to get a new coach. I don't know about coach because you just signed Monty for $150-70 million. Man, sorry, fellas.
Don't apologize to us.
It's a safe space, man.
It's just frustrating. Am I wrong with any of this? Like, I don't want to say, like, I'll sell it to you, do this, do that. But at some point, like, when you are a owner of a business like this, man, and you have a historic franchise, you're letting all these fans down. And you've been letting them down for 10 to 15 years, over a decade. I'm tired of hearing the excuses to wait, to be patient. Hey, things are going to work out. You have a great young core. We have 2 or 3 great young guys.
Yeah.
Outside of that, what are we doing?
You could argue they have They have more great young guys, but not a single piece fits together. You know, you like what you could have out of Cade, out of Asar, out of Jalen Durham, but like nothing is fitting. It's like you throw 3 different 1,000-piece puzzles together. It's like you're never gonna find a perfect fit. Detroit Dadrish, that got me feeling like an Oakland Athletics fan.
This is like literally this is bad because this is a historic franchise. That's why it hurts so much, because this is a real historical franchise in the NBA that has won 3 championships.
Check out
This isn't the Oakland Athletics. This is the Detroit Pistons. Wear the Detroit on your chest with some pride, and if you own the team and you work for the team, go out there and win some games. Figure it out.
Check out Bally Sports on the after show too. Are we gonna spin this into high fives all around? The boys tried hard. God damn it! It's like, just shoot them fucking straight. I know you're paid by the goddamn owners, but Jesus Christ, something needs to change. This owner needs to be held accountable for his actions against the city of Detroit.
Just do something. I don't even care about selling the team. Just do something. Say something. Make a move. He's the one that has to fire Troy Weaver. Someone do something.
Say something.
Am I wrong? KG. The real KG. You were in Boston. You played for the Celtics.
I'm here to listen, man. We can call this Woodward therapy, man. I'm just here to listen to all the Pistons fans' gripes. I get it, man, but we know what this is, man. It's the only thing we can look forward to maybe is the trade deadline. Apparently, Troy Weaver is going to be in charge of that. Let's just see how it goes, man.
Let's do it. Freddie Felt said this makes the Teal Horse era look like the Bad Boys.
I mean, what are we doing? I saw someone in the chat as well say this might be worse than the 0-16 Lions team.
It might be.
It might be. They're going to break the record for least wins in NBA history.
AD's 4-11. Allen Iverson trade was a big effect. The restoration is over. It's a miserable failure, says Uncle Neil's soft feet. Shifgod says we should have hired Budenholzer.
Dude, I don't know. I'm worked up. Can we just go? Let's just go to break. When we come back, we'll.
Do you feel numb and lost like Lorenzo?
We'll talk about these Lions.
He's about to break up with the Pistons. All right.
I've broken up with them, man.
Is this me? Is this I mean, it's kind of perfect timing if you guys need your anxiety cured in a temporary way. Although the activation time may be 5 minutes or less, depending on what you're buying. You can experience the Dispo difference for yourself this Christmas season. Dispo is giving away a TV as well as 2 $100 in-store gift cards per week at participating locations for the month of December. Nobody does it like the Dispo family. Unwrap the joy of Dispo Dispensary every week so you can join them in celebrating for the holidays. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com. They are your local cannabis plug.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrady, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
How would you like to enter 100K Vegas getaway? Take your friends to the city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win at drinkcintron.com/Vegas. Cintron beverages are designed for you, the go-getter, the artists, the entrepreneurs, and sports fans who savor experience and celebrate life every chance they get. Cintron, the healthier energy drink who makes you look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself. Enter now at drinkcintron.com/Vegas.
All right, welcome back to
happy.
Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Sorry about the rant. Had to go on that rant.
Greg Kelser up there looking disgusted. Look at
Oh my gosh. He's like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Brutal, man. It's brutal. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We're getting back into Lions here. Everyone smack the like. Let's see where we're at.
On the floor.
71. If we get to 150, we're about 80 away. If we can get to 150, I'll give a $25 parlay out for. I'll put it on for you guys on Sunday for the Lions game. Let's get into this Lions talk again, though, brother. Let's get out of the depressing Pistons talk. I want to do this. Detroit Lions all-pro players. We spoke about it yesterday, had the conversation a little bit.
13.
And I think I cut you off and I said, let's do a segment about this.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to kind of go around the room here a little bit. And my hair,
I love it.
Look at this. I had the hat on, the Pistons hat.
Good.
Not rocking it. I'll wear the Pistons, the bad boy shirt, because I respect the bad boys, because they actually go out there and put a valiant effort out, and they did their thing.
Yeah, Ben Wallace.
They won some games. All right. I want to go out and see where you guys currently stand. Week 17 or week 16. Who do we think on this team will be an all-pro player? I think there's only a handful of guys left that you can really.
How many? Give me, before you give your names, how many do you have that are not sure? I don't think anybody's
not a sure.
There might be one sure thing, but
I'm going to say 3.
That's the same number I have.
And I think they're on the same side of the ball.
That's the same thing I have.
I think 3.
Let it fly.
Maybe even 2, actually. Penei Sewell, number 1.
Yes.
I think Penei, very well deserved. I think he's the best offensive tackle in the NFL right now, maybe the best offensive lineman in the NFL right now. And guess what that's at? That's at the age of 23 years old. I know on the morning show, and Kenji, you were here for the morning show, Flannel actually was speaking about why are we saying he's such a sure Hall of Famer? It's because he's 23 years old, and he's the best offensive lineman in the NFL right now at 23. Mm-hmm. Like, he's not even in his prime yet. He's still kind of getting there. Trent Williams, how old's Trent Williams? Does anyone know?
That's what I'm Googling right now. I want to say 34, maybe?
Imagine if Penei Sewell plays at the level he's playing at for the next 10 years.
He's 35.
Man.
That's a Hall of Fame. That's first ballot Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
He goes down as one of the best offensive linemen of all time.
Yeah.
Yes, and if he does what he's doing now, the best in the league for the next 6 years, I think you're like, all right, that's a Hall of Famer. So I don't see how he isn't first team All-Pro. I think he kind of takes that. Second guy here I'm going to throw out there, and then I'll let you guys go. Second guy I'm guaranteeing that will be an All-Pro is Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Wow.
And there's still a chance for him, depending on how he plays the next 3 games, a chance for him. I said it a few weeks ago. I think he could get first team All-Pro and be in the top 3 category there with some of those guys, with the Tyreek Hill. I truly believe he has an opportunity. If he goes off the next 3 games, I think he has a chance to do that. And if you look at the Dallas game, too, that's going to be a huge game. So if he goes out there and gets 150 yards, 8 catches, and a touchdown.
And outplays CeeDee Lamb.
Yes, and he puts his name in that hat for first team All-Pro over CeeDee Lamb. So
do you think CeeDee Lamb, he's competing with CeeDee? Probably
I think there's a handful of guys that he's competing with. I know we did have that conversation with CeeDee Lamb. A guy like Keenan Allen, I guess he's hurt now, but he's put up numbers this year, so he'll probably have a chance at All-Pro. Jamar Chase, he's missed some games. No, he hasn't. He's playing 14. Tyreek. I think what it'll end up being, it's Tyreek, A.J. Brown, and Amon-Ra. I think they do 3 and 3.
Yes.
So I think Amon-Ra St. Brown. Keenan Allen's the kind of the wild card, him and CeeDee Lamb, because Keenan, he's on a bad team, so it's tough. Like, do you want to still give it to him? Because he's leading all wide receivers in receptions.
We'll see if Easton Stick can keep getting him the ball.
Yeah, that's true, actually. And he's out this week as well.
Easton?
No, CD. I believe CD is out this
week.
CeeDee
Lamb or Kenny Allen? Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen.
Not Kenny Allen.
Keenan Allen.
It's Keenan, yeah.
Yeah, you're confused.
Kenny Allen was the kicker for Michigan, or the punter from Michigan, yeah. He was trying to hook up with my girlfriend back in the day. I don't like him.
Really? All right, let's get him on as a guest. I don't like wearing no hat when I don't like doing
Who is your
hair.
third?
Third right now, I'm up in the air. I'm going to wait. I'll let you go first. I'll let you go with yours. I think 2. Locks, I think there's 2 locks.
I'm torn between Amon-Ra St. Brown being a lock, but he's in my top 3. He's in my 3 players.
Don't see how he doesn't get it, to be honest.
You actually made a really valid when we were going through those receivers. I got Frank Ragnow as the other one. Center Frank Ragnow. I just think he is a top 2, if not. I think he's the best center in the league. You can argue Creed Humphrey, Jason Kelsey, but I think Frank Ragnow's right in that mix. Especially if you look at this offensive line, he is the anchor of that. I think he's the guy. So I got Ragnow, Sewell, St. Brown.
I think that was the only 3. There's no.
Who's your fringe? Do you have anyone on the fringe, or to me it kind of drops off?
I don't think there's really a fringe. I think Frank Ragnow is maybe the only fringe one that you could argue.
Laporta,
Laporta's a fringe, but he has to go off.
He does.
He leads tight ends in touchdowns, but like T.J. Hawk, George Kittle, Travis Kelsey. There's someone else that's ahead of him as well with yards and catches. So that's the.
But I wonder.
He's top 5 in everything, but they only get 3.
Speaking out loud, do they factor how good? They factor blocking in tight ends making All-Pro? Because especially.
That's a great question.
It sort of validated me. I was watching AQ Shipley on the Pat McAfee show yesterday or the day before. He was talking about he just made a side comment about how good of a blocker Sam Laporta has been, and that's such a huge addition to the offensive line. But he's got to be in that mix. He might have to break Mike Ditka's record to sort of jump above, but who knows, man? He's in that upper echelon of tight ends already as a rookie. Goff is a little too far down, unless he goes off. There's only 2 quarterbacks, first and second team, so that's a little tricky.
The only
Gibbs?
person who can Gibbs is I
don't know.
He had too bad of a
year,
start.
yeah.
I just think the only person on the fringe would be Laporta, right?
Yeah.
I think he's the only
That's
one
who I would have, yeah.
still fighting for it.
And Jack Fox. Well, he might not be used enough. He is still one of the best punters ever, but I don't know how they decide. I'm sure they have some sort of stats, punts within 20, 10, whatever. But Jack Fox is a top 5 punter
He's the best in the league.
Yeah.
Number 1 in the league, Jack Fox.
Can't win with him.
Yeah, I don't
Can't
know
do
who
it.
else. I don't even think special teams, like last year, Khalif got it. But Leaf hasn't had like a great special teams year.
No. But like no one. That's a treat.
We've
There's
talked
no
about
kick
putting-
returns anymore.
Yeah, well, we've talked about putting J-Mo in that punt return spot too. Like we've had those conversations.
See, any chance you can get to just let him run with the ball. Hutchinson hasn't done it. Anzalone's a little too far off from the other elites.
Can we do this? Can we open the lines up? If anyone right now, if
Line 'em
anyone
up
right
and knock
now,
'em
well, before
down.
we go to break and kind of get out of this conversation, I'm gonna put the number in the chat here. And Kenji, if you can just pin it.
I got
Gets me through the phone.
You guys can call in. Anyone. Someone call in. 313-552-6322. Again, that's 313-552-6322. Let us know how you're feeling about this game on Sunday. Want to kind of get your feedback on that division title. on the line on Sunday. So we want to get some calls here. Again, that number 313-552-6322. Give us a call. Before we go to break, locks for All Pro. Amon-Ra St. Brown and who am I missing? Penei Sewell. Frank Ragnow on the fringe. Sam Laporta fighting for a spot. I think 4 guys. That's our offense, man. We have a top 5 offense. Defense, I wish we could actually have the conversation that Hutch was in there.
Right.
3 of those 4. 3 of those 4 on rookie contracts.
How about that?
Brad, put him in the Hall of Fame.
How
Are
about that?
there all-pro GMs or should be?
If the Lions win a Super Bowl, Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, I think get in the Hall of Fame.
To get in my Hall of Fame.
I think they both get in.
Yeah.
I know, obviously, Dan, depending on how his career goes, Brad Holmes deserves it.
Should we allow people, if they want to talk Pistons, to call?
Yeah, I mean...
Or should we stay away from that topic?
Calls.
We'll probably get some. It's going to get me worked up again, man.
All right.
I'm going to get worked up. You guys can call in for Pistons if you want. The number's 313-552-6322. Make sure you guys start calling in. Nick, are they open? Do we have any yet? Nothing yet. All right, come on, people. Give us a call, man. All right, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to either talk a little bit more about this Lions team. Maybe we'll get into some more Pistons, and then we will
We aren't, unless they want to talk about it. We're done with them.
I'm done with this Pistons team, man. All right, let me tell you about Big Boy. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. And how about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes, they are back. Or the classic lumberjack or Santa Fe garden. Try those out. They also have the new apple pie hotcakes. They are too good to miss. And you can top it all off with the new gingerbread shake for dessert. Make sure you stop over by your local Big Boy today.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness!
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
What happens when you what happens if you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and you offer more products to more people so they can buy them. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. They got the same great service that customers have come to know and trust, located on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile Road. Check them out. Find the brand you want, lesstanford.com.
All right, welcome in to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in here with us. And if you guys can't hit that like button for us, I'm a little shook right now. I'm not going to lie after that Pistons segment. My body, I feel like I'm having like one of those out-of-body experiences with this Pistons team right now. I can't get it out of my head. We got some callers on the line, though. Again, hit that like button for us. Nick, we've got 2 callers, correct? All right, who do we have?
Yes, sir. We are going to start this one out with Freddie 313. Freddie, you are live on Woodward Nights.
Federico!
Freddie, what's up,
Nick,
man?
Booner, Broder, what's good? What up, though? Oh man, Booner, you're the second most pissed off person about the Pistons right now. maybe to me, I would say the third because Nick was pretty hot too. But can I bum you out about the Pistons? Can we just a little bit of Pistons talk? Because I feel the pain right now.
This is a therapy session.
Therapy Thursday.
Man, okay. So just going down the laundry list of stuff because there's a lot. Auburn Hills around the corner from me growing up. Went to the 87 Eastern Conference Finals at the Silverdome. I had a Buck Foston shirt on with my dad. I was 3. That was my earliest Pistons memory. And, of course, Isaiah threw it away to Bird in that later game in Boston. They blew the series. But then I was at the game before that at the Silverdome. We won the game at the Silverdome and then blew in Boston with there's a sail by Bird, that series. I was at the game before that at the Silverdome. Hung out with the Bad Boys when the Bad Boys were popping because they always were at the Holiday Inn there off University. So hung out with them and partied during that era. Became friends with Rick Mahorn. I worked for Joe Dumars at the Joe Dumars Fieldhouse.
Shout out to Joe Dumars Fieldhouse.
Became friends. Yeah, shout out to Joe Dumars. I used to put in work there growing up. But anyways, but yeah, so I've became friends with players and laughing. Like I remember with the go to work team, the cheat code used to be at the TGI Fridays by OU. I'm an OU grad. Shout out Golden Grizzlies. We would hang out there after home games, and Pistons they would lock the doors and like Bill Lambier's in there, Joe D, the team, and we would be laughing at the Western Conference Finals at the bar doing shots of, we're going to wax them. Like, I say all that to say this. Like Booner said, there's a whole lineage here. This is an historical team. And to see them drop so low, it's like, hearing that final countdown song, that stuff still gives me goosebumps when I hear that song. You used to strike fear into people's... You used to strike fear into the visiting team. When that comes on at the Palace, dude, you're screwed. It's like you're done. So there was an advantage of being, having the Detroit across your chest. Now it's like this is a laughing stock, and it's so bad it's comical, and nobody has an answer. Nobody has any explanation. No one has any kind of change. You look at the 4 teams, what is it? The Magic, the Rockets, Cleveland, kind of similar paths. The last 4 years, they've all, none of them have regressed like the Pistons. All of them have improved. Orlando's looking like a top 4 playoff team right now.
Go Blue.
So that's the problem right now is that there's no end in sight for how bad this franchise has become. There's no Booner path, if you will, for greatness like there is for the Lions. So I will end the Pistons rant, though. We will march into Minnesota Sunday, and we will stick it to the Vikings. FTV, we run the North. We're winning a division. I'm having a steak dinner with a nice bottle of Pinot Noir to celebrate. I'm going to be obnoxious in my ski mask because I still wear it. Never stopped wearing it. We run the North, and we're winning a playoff game. Let's go.
Talk your shit.
Hey, Freddie, we appreciate you a ton calling in. You're the man always, man. Hey,
spit your game.
Thanks, guys.
You're the GOAT, Freddie. Real quick, too, on this Pistons stuff, I want to say this. I think this is like in like the Troy Weaver and the Tom Gore stuff. This isn't like we're watching the worst Pistons team of all time. Like, that's not that feeling. This is such a historic franchise, and we've seen so many great memories in what we want from this team. This is you're on your way to having the worst NBA team of all time in the history of this whole league, of this association. You're not on your way to having the worst Pistons team of all time. This is the worst team ever in the National Basketball Association. You should not want to be involved with that. You should not want your name behind that. I don't care what franchise you are. You're supposed to be a historical franchise. The Detroit Pistons, the Stones, the Bad Boys, the Going to Work Pistons, and you're putting out this product. This is bad. This is not what you're supposed to be about, man. Like, not at all. Yeah. Like this is embarrassing. Like the worst record and the worst team in the National Basketball Association history.
They're too talented to be this bad. That's the part for me. They got good, talented young players. It doesn't make any sense.
All right, we've got one more
Send
caller
it.
here before we go to break and head over to mailbag. Nick, who do we have?
The man in the chat is Don Rivera.
Dom!
From Goodrich.
Dom from Goodrich. Can you hear us?
Shout
What's
out
up?
Goodrich.
What's up, boys? Hey, Saginaw Valley native too.
Let's
Booner?
go. Let's go. Go Cards, baby.
Let's go.
What's up?
Hey. I was listening to the last caller. It kind of made me think. Now, I wanted to talk Lions, but now that I'm thinking about it, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Lions themselves 2 years ago when they got rid of everybody, and they were the youngest team in the league. They were not looking good at all. Goff was fumbling all the time when he first got here. It was bad. It looked really bad. So I'm hoping that with the Pistons, I hope that that they don't end up with the worst record of all time, and they can pull next year out. But this year is obviously a wash. Anyways, that was my thoughts on that. It just made me think about that when I was listening to you guys. Sorry.
Appreciate you, Dom.
But my actual question though is I've been asking this back to the Lions. Let's get back to some positivity.
I love the pot. Come on, let's do this.
Yeah, let's get back to the positivity. We got a great team that hasn't happened in forever. So, my question to you guys is: would you rather? I don't know. I haven't looked at Broder's report yet. Obviously, we're still in the middle of the week. We don't know who's going to be playing this weekend or not. But would you rather go 0-3 and get whooped against the Vikings, the Cowboys, and the Vikings again? Look bad. Goff looks bad. Team looks bad. But in the playoffs, you get your whole line healthy. Or would you rather go 3-0 and look great against these teams and have either Decker or Ragnar out?
Can I follow that question up real quick? I want to ask about that. If you go 0-3, is it like, are you guaranteed playoff wins or multiple?
Yes.
Like you're
guaranteed into the playoffs.
One playoff.
You're in the playoffs.
No, not a win. Just
not a win. You're not guaranteed to win.
You're guaranteed a
Not a win. No.
offensive line.
You're
in
just
round
guaranteed
one.
healthy offensive line, round one home game.
I would rather go 3-0.
But look really bad.
I would rather go 3-0 and lose Taylor Decker.
Yeah.
Same.
To get the win
to get
streak
the
going.
the 2 seed, you get 3-0. Yes, I get Taylor Decker's out. Frank, I don't know if I would do it with Frank, but if it was like a Taylor Decker, you go into the playoffs without Taylor Decker, fill in the spots there. But at that point, you have the 2 seed, you have home field advantage for the next 2 games. You have a chance. Maybe, I don't know what the injury is. We haven't talked about the injury there, Don, but maybe the injury is just something he can get back in a couple weeks and you get him for the NFC Championship game.
Dan Skipper, let's go.
Dan Skipper. Who else is it?
That's tricky.
Colby Sorsdale.
Yodi, Colby.
Head out there.
That's a really good. That's a good hypothetical, Dom.
I'd rather go 3-0, get the 2 seed, win the division, let the boys get it up. And
What do you think, Broder?
This is tricky.
You know what to pick. Come on.
No, so I have a hard time saying I would pick anything but the 3 wins, but the most important thing, assuming you make the playoffs, which is part of this hypothetical, is having that offensive line healthy. You can beat anybody. The question is, and we don't know who that first round opponent would be, can you beat them without a Taylor Decker or without a Frank Ragnow? That's tough. I value Taylor Decker, I think, a little more than most. Shoot. I can't
I'm gonna give you a clock here.
I know. I'm working through this live in front of you all.
You want to go 0-3. You're going 0-3.
No,
and
I'm not. See, I can't.
Hey.
One question, Don.
Hey, you know what? Me personally, I would rather go 0-3, have our full offensive line healthy. I don't care about these next 3 games. As long as we get into the playoffs, this offensive line, the team has shown that they can produce with a full healthy line. I wouldn't want to risk that last couple games just to look good for the fans. I know it's going to be a hard 3 weeks. If we end up going 0-3, I'm going to have to go listen to Woodward for the 12 hours that you guys are on. you know, and listen to you guys and hear all you guys, and especially Flannel talking all that smack. But at the end of the day, you know, the offensive line is what really, and Broder, we said this on the chat earlier, I ran across your path. We said this earlier, everything dictates around the offensive line. So in my opinion, I'd rather go 0-3, look bad, but have the full offensive line ready for the playoffs.
And Tom, I'm going to say this. I'm just going to be honest here. I'm very open with my life to the chat and the people that watch us. I'm a man of the people. I do not think my heart or my body part of mine could handle the Detroit Lions going 0-3 and having to listen to like Easy go at me, and all these different people go at me. I don't know if I might have a heart attack live on air if they went 0-3 and I had to sit up here and the Booner path is in flames. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Dom.
That was a great question, by the way.
That is a great hypothetical. I got to think more about.
I love Dom to call it again. That was a great question.
My gut reaction is I'm with Dom on the 0-3, on the make sure your offensive line's healthy, but I have a hard time with the season we're having just to go 0-3.
Because the thing is you're probably going to get injuries anyways in this next 3 weeks. As much as you don't want, I'll knock on wood. Like, this is the NFL. There's going to be guys like.
But as long as it's not the offensive line, like
it's happened all year. There's been injuries on the offensive line all year.
That's why this is such a hard question to answer.
Yeah.
Because there's a likelihood that one of those guys is hurt or not 100%. This is guaranteeing opening round.
Let's hit break. And we'll do a little mailbag a couple minutes over here because we got into this Pistons stuff and some callers here. But mailbag when we come out. I'm gonna tell you guys about Lady Jane's. You guys see this haircut right now? I know it's hair. I had the Pistons hat off, had to take it off, but I love this haircut, this mullet I got it at Lady Jane's. Come over to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That is right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equip Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Join Woodward Sports and Long Drink live every home game for the official Lions VIP tailgate party. We hosted at Woodward Sports in partnership with Bullseye Event Group at Eastern Market, Shed number 5. It is always a bash. We got food, we got drinks, we got entertainment, all included. You just got to get your ticket. BullseyeEventGroup.com. Come hang out. Let's go.
All right, we're back. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. I'm getting out of this little funk here from that Pistons game. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Beautiful Thursday night. Couple more days to the Lions have a chance to clinch the division for the first time in 30 years. First time ever for the NFC North. We might be seeing history happen on Christmas Eve, fellas. Hit that like button for us. I don't know how far we are from 150, but we're at 87. Let's get to 100. Maybe we'll run it back tomorrow. We'll do 150 for tomorrow for the Booner bets. We'll see if we do that. Mailbag time, though. Make sure you guys start dropping mailbags. We'll go a couple minutes over just because we had a lot of rants about the Pistons and all of this going on. That was just a brutal thing. First mailbag here. The away fan said, what's the address to your building? I'd like to send you guys something. I do believe Brad Hendricks put it in there. He put it in the chat.
He
I
did.
think that's it. It is Lady Jane's in Birmingham. So if you want to send something, you can send it there. Appreciate that. Whatever
Attention,
it is.
Detroit Mario. Just kidding. Don't do that.
No, don't do Detroit Mario. No, you put like Booner or Broder or something. But Detroit Mario, I don't know if anyone besides us on the show knows who Detroit Mario. So they'll be like, who is this?
The guy with the best mustache on the network, baby.
Right now, facts.
Self-proclaimed.
This mailbag here
It's
from
true.
Eduardo, this
Thank
is a
you.
really good one. It's true. What is more likely, the Pistons to win 17-plus games or the Lions to go into Dallas and hold Dallas to 17 or less? Easy answer from me. That is the Detroit Lions to hold Dallas 17 or less. There is zero chance. I don't even know if the Pistons will win 10 games, but
wow.
It's not the offense of Dallas that I'm like seriously worried about. It's that defense that they have. So I do think the Lions, I mean, they might be able to hold them to 17 or less. I don't know how many times that's happened for Dallas, but if I was to
At
put
home?
my life on it,
Not often, I'm sure.
yeah. But I mean, if I was going to put my life on it, I would have to do the Dallas one and hope for something. There's no chance the Pistons get to 17. Zero.
You
chance.
remember the day before the season opener, we were picking our predictions with Kool-Aid. I can't believe I picked 32 wins for this team.
And you guys were mad at me because I wanted to say 28 to 30.
Yeah, like that was the lowest one, right?
I was the lowest. Me and Kool-Aid were on
Lindsey
lockstep.
picked 40, right?
He said 40 in the playoffs. So I mean,
that's Lindsey Hunter.
Yeah.
Man.
Cooper Kupp doesn't have a touchdown. I need a touchdown in the fantasy playoffs, man. I need something out of you, my guy. All right, let's keep this mailbag rolling. I got distracted there again. How much will the Rams beat the Lions by in the playoffs? This is ETN.
0.
Coming from a cocky Rams fan.
0.
You're not going to win that game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hop
ETN.
out of the chat, buddy. Not the time.
That's one of those. He's the dude. Who was that?
Shout out ETN, by the way.
ETN's the dog.
He's in here all the time. Nick, down.
Cup is dropping balls. This conversation is for another time, but the Rams, I would welcome their offensive line. And Stafford could throw for 500 yards and destroy you, or he could throw 3 picks. It could be one of those where Hutchinson has a huge day in the backfield. That defensive line for the Lions gets through. So we'll see. We'll break that down if that happens.
Brad Hendricks here. He said, should the Pistons bring back the Thundersticks for the December 30th record at LCA? Yeah, do it just so they can cheer for it, so we can beat a record.
They should bring the Vuvuzelas out. Remember that from the World Cup back in the day?
Oh, the horns?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at some event the other day, and there were some of those. And I was like, what is that?
That was a shofar.
I thought it was a Vikings thing or something.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Sharp shit coming out my dome.
God hates coward. Says Lions defense puts on another strong performance Sunday. Can they do that for the next 7 weeks? It's go times. Yeah, that's a good question, actually. When you think about that, we do ask them to put back-to-back games together here. When you get to the playoffs, you have to do it for 3 or 4 straight weeks, and that's what you're doing to end the season. I'm interested to see if they can put some weeks together. Only great teams can do that. Those are the teams that win the Super Bowl. I'm interested.
Heroes get remembered. Legends never die. What about this last one from, or unless you see another one, Eduardo mailbag? Can you guys make sure that Jeff is banned from Ford Field for any and all playoff games?
I will make sure. Jeff will be here for the stream. I'm gonna
Is he banned? He loses when he goes to Ford Field?
When he went for he went for the Thanksgiving game. Packers
and Seahawks. I think he was at the Seahawks game.
Yeah, Jeff is not allowed. I will make sure that does not happen. Eduardo said, I'm not looking forward to that horn on Sunday. Yeah, the horn on the Vikings, man. The third, isn't it like a third down horn or something?
Yeah.
The worst.
And that skull chant, disgusting.
Oh my gosh. It's one of the worst in all of sports.
The controversy. How are they able to keep their name? And the Cleveland and the Cleveland baseball team and the Washington football team, they gotta choose. The Vikings have a pretty ruthless history.
Really?
Yeah.
Just
after the show on a non-work computer, just do a little research about Vikings.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of like colleges and stuff that have the Indians had to get changed, but there's the Florida Seminoles.
Right. I was kind of making a look. Yeah, we can move on. But It'll be interesting to see over the next decade how all this plays out.
Can I get a vibe from the chat real quick that's been watching the game? Any chance Cooper Kupp? I know it looks like he's dropped 2 touchdown passes. I have him in fantasy. That would have been huge. Is there any chance? I picked him over Brandon Ayuk this week to play. Any chance right now they're going to keep throwing to him and he gets a touchdown, or is that just completely like no go? What do we think?
I think Nick is saying it's a no-go.
I think he's saying it looks like Nick's has his coat on and stuff. He's ready to leave.
He's pissed.
Yeah, that Pistons just did him in, man.
Pistons did me dirty. Love you guys. Toodles, my G. Check us out tomorrow. It's a Lions preview. It's going to be a hyped-up show tomorrow. We're bringing the energy. Watch out for Broder and Booner running down Booner's path in the middle.
Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow morning Woodward Show. Big D Energy, E&E Heavyweights. And we'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. It will be our pregame show. It will be Fridays with Jeff. He'll be on the show joining us for about 15-30 minutes. But we will see you guys tomorrow. Hit the like button on your way out. Love you guys.